way is to find someone that's good at something that you're trying to do and do what they do. It's a very simple concept. It's called role modeling. It works every single time. You want to be better at something, find somebody that's good at whatever you're trying to do what they do, you will get the same results that they get. I tell this to all the teachers that work for me. I say, guys, you can pioneer, you can try to blaze a trail, you can try to find your own way, or you can just do what I do. And if you do what I do, you will get the same results that I get. Like I said, simple concept. It's called role modeling. Works every time. With that in mind, every better player in the history of the game approaches every single shot the same way every time. Every better player, so 100% of the better players 100% of the time approach the ball the same way, and yet amateurs do it a totally different way. Back to very intelligent game, played by intelligent people stupidly. Okay? Here's a typical amateur routine. No chance. No chance. Every better player approaches every single shot from back here. If you're going to take a practice swing, you take it back here. Facing in the direction you're going. I played with somebody last week, they're standing up here like this. Where are you going? Are we going over here? Yeah, I'm just taking a practice swing. You take a practice swing in the direction you're going. You feel the swing that you're going to take. You feel the shot that you're going to hit. You visualize the shot. You feel the wind hitting your body so you know exactly what the wind conditions like. You feel the slope of the ground. You don't stand in a direction that you're not getting ready to hit in. You always stand in a direction that you're getting ready to hit in. You take your practice swing back here. You stand behind the ball, you visualize your shot, you pick an intermediate target, something out in front of your ball. It might be a different colored piece of grass. It might be a divot. It might be a broken tee that's in front of your ball, something a few feet in front of your ball. That's your intermediate target. You come up from behind the ball, you look at that intermediate target, you take your grip. This is a measuring stick, if you will. You don't put your feet first and guess how far you're going to be. You take your grip, and then you put the club down. The bottom edge of the club, perpendicular to where you want to go. The bottom edge pointed right over that tee right there. I visualize a line going out the front of my club and the back of the club, and that's one railroad track, if you will. Then I set the club down, visualize that railroad track, visualize the other railroad track, and put my feet on the other railroad track. I look to the target to check my intermediate target. If it looks a little bit off, I'll recheck the intermediate target and check again. If it still looks off, I'll start the whole thing again. Every single shot from back here, you line up where you want to go. You approach every single shot, pick your intermediate target, line up. Every shot for the rest of your life. Every putt, every chip, every sand shot, every pitch, every iron shot, every fairway wood shot, every tee shot, every single shot for the rest of your life, you start from back here. You'll probably still be no good. But at least you'll look like you know what you're doing. Okay? At least you'll look like you know what you're doing. No, seriously, I'm just kidding. You will do better. I promise you, you will do better. There's certain things that you just can't do in golf. You cannot have good shots that turn out bad. You just can't have that. It's like when people say, oh, I hit the wrong club. How do you hit the wrong club? I mean, seriously, how do you hit the wrong club? I mean, how do you hit the wrong club? When you hit a shot, you know how far it is to the front of the green. You know how far it is to the middle of the green or the pin. You know how far it is to the back of the green. You know if you're uphill or you're downhill. You can see it. You can feel it. You know which way the wind's blowing. You know how far the ball's going. You lose 2.5 yards for every 10 degrees in temperature change that goes down. So on a cold day, the ball doesn't go as far. But you have to know how far you hit the ball. And you have to know how far you are. You have to know these things to play golf. You can't ever hit a shot and not know how far you are. Like, how far are you? Oh, I don't know. How do you play golf? You're not playing golf. You're playing something else. That's not golf. Golf, you have to know how far you are. And you know how far you hit the clubs. Each club goes about 10 yards difference. So first off, figure out how far you hit a club, 150 yards. Then go 10 down from there and 10 up from there. But if you hit each club 10 yards difference, and the green is 130 to the front and 170 to the back, that's 40 yards. So when you hit the wrong club, you didn't hit the wrong club, you hit 5 clubs wrong. But how do you do that? I mean, how can you hit the wrong club? How can you hit the wrong club by 5? That's impossible. Unless you don't know where you are. You just can't have that happen. You cannot hit a good shot and have it turn out bad because you aimed improperly. I watched Tiger Woods for 6 years hit thousands and thousands of golf balls, hundreds of thousands of golf balls. I never saw him aim more than 10 feet off probably 2 times in 6 years. You just don't, good players, they just don't do that. And if you'll come up from behind, you'll line up better and you'll hit better shots. I guarantee you. Okay? So remember that. At least when I'm around, stand back there. Okay? All right. Now, a couple other things that you can practice. I told Rush Limbaugh these 2 things. I knew he wasn't going to practice a lot. You know, he doesn't have a lot of time to practice, but I thought, you know what? If he would do these 2 things, he would improve a lot. And when I first started with him, he was on my show, and he said I'm an 18 handicap, but I can't play to it. I'm not sure what that means. Okay. I think for a celebrity, all they'll admit to is an 18 handicap. Okay. But he couldn't play to it. But you know what? A couple months ago, he sent me an email, and he shot 78 in the tournament. So that, you know, that's a huge improvement. And these 2 tips I give you. I give these to people on Twitter all the time, and I do a lot of golf tips on Twitter. If you want to follow me, it's Hank D. Haney on Twitter, and you know, I give out golf tips all the time to people, and people send me pictures of their swing, and I analyze it for them. It's just, you know, it's fun for me to do. I mean, golf's been great to me, so I like doing it, and I give those tips. But the first thing I told Russ, I said, take 2 tees and put them in the ground like this, and build yourself a gate. Now, you can start a little wider to begin with, and you can get a little narrower as you come through. But the idea is you want to swing down, you know, in between that gate. If I can swing down in between this gate every time, then I know that I'm going to hit the ball somewhere on the club face. Now, as I get better, I'll make the gate a little narrower, okay? And as I make it narrower, then you know, I tighten my room for air. Now the idea is if I can swing down in between that gate, I know that I'm going to hit the ball in the center of the face. Because if I were to hit this tee here, if I were to hit this tee, I'd hit off the toe. If I were to hit that tee, I'd hit off the heel. But if I swing down in between those 2 tees, I know that I'm going to hit the ball at least somewhere in the club face. And ideally, when I hit the ground, I'm going to hit in front of those 2 tees. So I hit the ball, the little ball, and then the big ball. Most people hit the big ball and then the little ball. You got to hit the little ball first, then the big ball. Okay? So that's something that would help anybody. Regardless of your technique, regardless of your swing, if you'll take those practice swings and swing in between those 2 tees, you'll make better contact with the ball. And you'll also see what your mistake is. Okay? The next thing I always tell people is take 100 practice swings a day. Okay? You can take 100 practice swings. Now I'm going to hold the club. I can hold the club up. I can put the club down. Take 100 practice swings a day. Okay? Everyone starting from the beginning. 1. Start over. All the way through. Hold your finish. 100 practice swings a day. And if you do, you'll improve your balance, you'll improve your flexibility, you'll improve your golf muscle, you'll improve your ability to control the club and feel where that club is. You'll get better at golf. 100 practice swings a day. It's a big commitment. It'll take about 10 minutes. Okay? That's how long it takes to take 100 swings. That's how long it takes to take 100 swings. Oh my God, 100 swings. It takes 10 minutes. If you don't want to spend 10 minutes, how are you going to get better at golf? I can't tell you how many people have sent me messages on Twitter and they'll say, Hank, I played the best round I've ever played in my life. I've been doing 100 practice swings a day. I'm telling you, you will do better if you do that. 100 practice swings a day. Okay? It'll help you, no doubt about it. Okay? All right. Let's have a couple questions. Who wants to go first?